Few television comedies have stood the test of time quite like Hogan's Heroes. Premiering in 1965, the series surprised audiences with its unique blend of clever humor, unforgettable characters, and remarkable performances. Set inside a German prisoner of war camp during World War II, the show managed to balance comedy with adventure in a way that few series had attempted before. Decades later, it remains a beloved classic, introducing new generations to a cast whose talent and chemistry helped make television history. For millions of viewers, Colonel Robert Hogan was the fearless leader who always seemed one step ahead of his opponents. Around him was a memorable team of prisoners, each bringing a unique personality that made every episode entertaining. Whether it was the brilliant planner, the charming ladies' man, the radio expert, or the lovable comic relief, every character played an important role in creating the show's lasting appeal. On the other side of the camp stood the unforgettable officers, who often became the targets of Hogan's elaborate schemes. Rather than being portrayed as frightening villains, they were frequently outsmarted in humorous and creative ways, giving the series its distinctive style. The playful rivalry between the prisoners and their captors became one of television's most recognizable formulas. What truly made Hogan's Heroes special, however, wasn't just the clever writing or the memorable jokes. It was the extraordinary group of actors who brought these characters to life. Their performances transformed simple scripts into timeless entertainment, and their chemistry made audiences feel as though they were watching old friends every week. Behind the cameras, each cast member carried a personal journey that was often very different from the characters they portrayed. Some had already built impressive careers before joining the series, while others found worldwide fame because of it. Their lives included remarkable achievements, unexpected career changes, personal triumphs, and challenges that fans rarely saw during the show's original run. As the years passed, the cast followed different paths. Some continued acting in television and film, others focused on family or new professional pursuits, while several became beloved figures on the convention circuit, reconnecting with generations of devoted fans. Their legacy continued long after the final episode aired in 1971, proving that great performances never truly fade. In this journey through the cast of Hogan's Heroes, we'll revisit the stars who made the series unforgettable, explore how their careers evolved after the cameras stopped rolling, and look back at the remarkable lives that helped shape one of television's most enduring sitcoms. Some stories are inspiring, some are bittersweet, and all of them remind us why this classic series continues to hold a special place in television history. At the center of Hogan's Heroes was the charismatic Colonel Robert Hogan, brought to life by actor Bob Crane. With his quick wit, confident smile, and natural charm, Crane became the face of the series almost overnight. His portrayal of Hogan struck the perfect balance between intelligence and humor, making him one of television's most memorable leading men. Before landing the role that would define his career, Crane was already a familiar voice on American radio. His lively personality and sharp comedic timing helped him build a successful broadcasting career before Hollywood came calling. When television producers recognized his talent, it wasn't long before he found himself starring in one of the biggest sitcoms of the 1960s. As Hogan's Heroes grew in popularity, Crane became a household name across the United States. Week after week, audiences tuned in to watch Hogan cleverly outsmart his opponents while protecting his fellow prisoners. His effortless performance made even the most unbelievable situations feel entertaining, and his chemistry with the rest of the cast became one of the show's greatest strengths. When the series ended in 1971, Crane continued pursuing acting, appearing in stage productions, television guest roles, and dinner theater performances around the country. Although he remained proud of his work on Hogan's Heroes, he was eager to explore new opportunities and prove he could succeed beyond the character that had made him famous. Away from the spotlight, however, life became increasingly complicated. Like many television stars of his era, Crane found it difficult to escape the shadow of the role that audiences loved so much. Even so, fans who met him often described him as friendly, approachable, and grateful for the support that followed him wherever he went. His life came to a shocking end in 1978 when he was found dead in Scottsdale, Arizona. The case attracted enormous media attention and remained officially unsolved, becoming one of Hollywood's most discussed mysteries. Over the years, investigators revisited the evidence several times, but the circumstances surrounding his death have continued to generate questions and speculation. Despite the tragedy that ended his life, Bob Crane's professional legacy remains firmly intact. His performance as Colonel Hogan continues to entertain viewers around the world through reruns and streaming services. New audiences still discover the clever leader whose confidence, humor, and resourcefulness made every episode unforgettable. More than half a century after Hogan's Heroes first premiered, Bob Crane is remembered not only for his talent, but also for helping create a television classic that continues to bring laughter to generations of fans. Another unforgettable face of Hogan's Heroes was Werner Klemperer, whose portrayal of Colonel Wilhelm Klink became one of the greatest comedic performances in television history. As the well-meaning yet hopelessly outsmarted commandant of Stalag 13, Klink was convinced he was a brilliant officer, while viewers knew that Hogan and his team were always several steps ahead. His dramatic expressions, distinctive voice, and impeccable comic timing turned Colonel Klink into one of the show's most beloved characters. Long before joining the series, Werner Klemperer had already built an impressive acting career. Born into a family with a rich artistic background, he developed a passion for performing at an early age. After moving to the United States, he worked steadily in television, theater, and film, earning a reputation as a versatile actor who could bring depth and personality to every role. When he was offered the part of Colonel Klink, Klemperer reportedly accepted it with one important condition. He wanted the character to be portrayed as foolish rather than admirable. That decision helped shape the tone of the series and became one of the reasons the show connected so well with audiences. Instead of being intimidating, Klink's endless confidence and constant misunderstandings created countless memorable laughs. Throughout the show's six-season run, Klemperer's performance earned widespread praise from critics and fans alike. He received multiple industry awards, recognizing his remarkable ability to transform a seemingly simple character into one of television's most iconic comedic figures. Even decades later, many fans still remember his unforgettable catchphrases and exaggerated reactions. After Hogan's Heroes concluded, Klemperer continued to enjoy a successful career on stage and screen. He became especially active in theater, where his love for live performance allowed him to explore a wide variety of dramatic and musical roles. His dedication to acting never faded, and he remained respected throughout the entertainment industry. Away from the cameras, colleagues often described him as thoughtful, intelligent, and deeply committed to his craft. Despite his fame, he appreciated the lasting affection fans had for Hogan's Heroes and frequently reflected on the joy the series brought to audiences around the world. In later years, Klemperer faced health challenges, yet he continued to be celebrated for his extraordinary contributions to television. He passed away in 2000 at the age of 80, leaving behind a remarkable legacy built on talent, professionalism, and unforgettable performances. Today, Werner Klemperer's portrayal of Colonel Klink remains one of classic television's defining comedic achievements. His ability to make audiences laugh without relying on cruelty or malice is a testament to his exceptional skill as an actor. Every time viewers revisit Hogan's Heroes, his unforgettable performance serves as a reminder that great comedy can remain timeless, continuing to entertain generation after generation.
No discussion of Hogan's Heroes would be complete without celebrating John Banner, the talented actor who brought the lovable Sergeant Hans Schultz to life. With his warm smile, unmistakable accent, and unforgettable catchphrase, Schultz quickly became one of the most recognizable characters in television history. His habit of pretending not to notice what was happening around him created some of the series' funniest and most memorable moments. Behind the laughter was a man whose real-life story was far more remarkable than many viewers realized. Born in Austria, Banner experienced the growing political tensions in Europe before eventually making a new life in the United States. His personal experiences gave him a unique perspective, yet he approached his work with kindness, professionalism, and an appreciation for the opportunities he found in America. Before joining Hogan's Heroes, Banner built a steady acting career in Hollywood, often appearing in supporting roles that showcased his expressive personality. Producers quickly recognized his natural comedic talent, but it was Sergeant Schultz that allowed him to display the perfect blend of humor, innocence, and heart. Schultz wasn't a typical television character. Rather than being intimidating, he was portrayed as someone who simply wanted to avoid trouble and enjoy life's simple pleasures. His famous habit of looking the other way whenever Hogan's team was carrying out another secret mission became one of the show's running jokes. Viewers eagerly waited for his familiar expressions and perfectly delivered one-liners, which still bring smiles to fans decades later. As the popularity of Hogan's Heroes continued to grow, Banner became one of the show's most beloved stars. Children and adults alike recognized him immediately, and audiences often quoted his memorable lines long after each episode ended. Even today, Sergeant Schultz remains one of the most iconic comedic supporting characters ever created for television. Following the end of the series in 1971, Banner continued acting in television, films, and stage productions. Although he appeared in many different projects, fans always remembered him most fondly as the gentle and good-natured Schultz. Rather than resisting that connection, he embraced it with gratitude, knowing how much happiness the character had brought to viewers around the world. Sadly, John Banner's life was cut short when he passed away in 1973 at the age of 63 after experiencing internal bleeding related to abdominal complications. His passing deeply saddened friends, colleagues, and the countless fans who had come to love his unforgettable performance. Even more than 50 years later, John Banner's legacy lives on through every rerun of Hogan's Heroes. His remarkable ability to combine comedy with genuine warmth helped create a character who still feels timeless. Sergeant Schultz reminds us that sometimes the most unforgettable television legends are the ones who make us laugh the hardest while quietly stealing our hearts along the way.
Next comes Richard Dawson, the charming British actor who played Corporal Peter Newkirk. With his quick wit, smooth confidence, and playful personality, Newkirk brought a completely different energy to Hogan's Heroes. Whether he was helping with an elaborate plan, performing an impression, or talking his way out of trouble, he always seemed ready with a clever smile. Born in England, Dawson's journey to American television was filled with ambition and determination. Before becoming a familiar face in Hollywood, he worked as an entertainer and gradually built a career that showcased his natural sense of humor. When Hogan's Heroes arrived, the role of Newkirk gave him the perfect opportunity to combine comedy, charm, and sharp timing. Newkirk quickly became an essential member of Hogan's team. He was clever, adaptable, and often wonderfully mischievous. While Colonel Hogan created the plan, Newkirk frequently added a little theatrical flair. His ability to imitate voices and slip into different roles made many of the team's schemes even more entertaining. And when things became tense, that famous grin suggested he probably had one more trick waiting. Dawson's chemistry with the rest of the cast helped make the ensemble feel like a genuine team. The characters teased one another, disagreed, laughed, and worked together with the comfortable rhythm of old friends. That warmth remains one of the reasons viewers still enjoy the series decades later. After Hogan's Heroes ended in 1971, Dawson entered an exciting new chapter of his career. He appeared on television programs and eventually became widely known to a new generation as the charismatic host of Family Feud. His humor and ability to connect with contestants made him one of America's most recognizable television personalities. His hosting style was warm, unpredictable, and sometimes hilariously playful. Viewers who had known him as Newkirk suddenly discovered another side of his personality. Once again, Dawson proved that his greatest strength was his ability to connect with an audience. Away from television, Dawson experienced the joys and challenges of family life while maintaining the affection of fans from different generations. Some remembered the clever corporal from Stalag 13, while others knew him as the smiling game show host who made ordinary families feel like television stars. Richard Dawson passed away in 2012 at the age of 79 following complications related to esophageal cancer. His death marked the loss of another beloved figure from television's golden era, but his work continues to entertain audiences today. From the clever disguises and comic adventures of Hogan's Heroes to the excitement of Family Feud, Richard Dawson built a career filled with laughter, charm, and unforgettable moments. His journey proved that sometimes one successful television role is only the beginning of an even bigger story. And whenever Newkirk flashes that mischievous smile on screen, it feels as though Richard Dawson is still inviting viewers to join him for one more clever adventure.
Another essential member of Colonel Hogan's unforgettable team was Robert Clary, who played Corporal Louis LeBeau. Small in stature but enormous in personality, LeBeau brought energy, courage, humor, and plenty of French charm to Hogan's Heroes. He was a talented cook, a loyal friend, and someone who could turn even the most dangerous mission into an entertaining adventure. Behind Robert Clary's cheerful television personality was an extraordinary real-life story of survival and resilience. Born in Paris, France, Clary endured unimaginable hardship during World War II. He survived Nazi concentration camps, an experience that remained an important part of his life story. Years later, he spoke publicly about his experiences and worked to educate younger generations about the dangers of hatred and intolerance. After the war, Clary rebuilt his life and pursued a career in entertainment. His talents as a singer and performer eventually brought him to the United States, where he found opportunities on stage and television. His natural charisma made him a memorable presence, but Hogan's Heroes would introduce him to millions of viewers. As LeBeau, Clary delivered a performance filled with warmth and personality. The character was often involved in Hogan's most complicated plans, whether sneaking through hidden passages, helping with disguises, or preparing food that could make even Sergeant Schultz forget what he had just witnessed. And considering how often Schultz conveniently noticed nothing, perhaps LeBeau's cooking deserved some of the credit. The friendship among Hogan's team gave the series much of its heart. LeBeau might joke, complain, or react dramatically when a plan became especially risky, but when his friends needed him, he was always ready to help. That combination of humor and loyalty made him a fan favorite. After Hogan's Heroes ended, Clary continued working in entertainment. He appeared in television programs, including daytime dramas, and remained connected with fans of the classic sitcom. Over time, however, another part of his legacy became increasingly important. He shared his wartime experiences through interviews and public appearances, ensuring that the lessons of history would not be forgotten. Robert Clary lived a remarkably long life, passing away in 2022 at the age of 96. By then, he had become one of the last surviving principal cast members of Hogan's Heroes, carrying memories of the series through generations of television history.
His story reaches far beyond one famous role. Robert Clary experienced profound hardship, rebuilt his life, found success, and spent decades entertaining and educating others. His journey was filled with both sorrow and achievement, but his legacy remains one of courage, perseverance, and unforgettable talent. Whenever LeBeau appears on screen with that familiar energy and determination, viewers are reminded of the remarkable man behind the character, a performer whose real-life journey was even more extraordinary than anything television could have written.